good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with the Times from Doctor News from in and around the universe. It may or may not affect you on some deep level. That could be a little bit saddening. Reason I'm saying that is on the opening story, and you'll know, like I said, Deathman 11, all lines are now handed in. I just need now time to sit down and actually get to work on it. Like I said, my schedule's been pretty rough. 48-hour weeks are a killer. But don't let that get you down. You know, that's just minor league stuff. Okay, before I go too wild, let's get right into it. All right, let's hop right in. Let's go. Let's fire it up. And wham, 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 da, 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 da. All right, first off the bat, Doctor Who Experience is going to close officially the 9th of September. Word is they had a 5-year special lease, and what happened is when the city of Cardiff probably figured out just how much money has been getting siphoned through those doors and straight into the BBC's pockets, they said, hey, I want a little taste of that. And they said, no, we're going to move it. So that was the end of that. So my only theory is people are going to go, well, it's going to happen to all that stuff. Probably I have an eerie feeling that it's going to get relocated. And the word is so far, possibly London. And that's just a theory, but that would make sense because London is the home of several major tourist attractions, you know, besides the old castles and such. And that would make sense. But okay, yeah, the experience based at sorry, hang on, I always have trouble with Welsh here. The experience based at Porth or whatever it is, Cardiff Bay opened in July 2012 after a brief run in London. See. And during its 5-year tenure, it welcomed many fans to the Welsh capital with its interactive experiences and displays of sets and props from the series. They have a number of special events that have been planned throughout the summer, with tickets for the final period being released from midday on Friday, the 16th of June. The filming location walking tours will resume on the 8th of July, and these are a 75-minute walk around Cardiff Bay and feature sites from Series 10 and memorable locations from other series. Series 10 content will be brought into the experience with the finished exhibition being unveiled on the 8th of July. This will include props, costumes, and sets from Series 10 that will join the Peter Capaldi and Peter Maskey. Sorry about that, Pearl Mackie costumes, which are already part of the exhibition. Now, earlier this year, it was announced that the Yeti art, but then they'll go into more like that. So on the 22nd of July, the experience will host its final monster event with the Cybermen at its theme. And this includes workshop sessions, blah, 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 Millennium FX and whatnot. Now, if you want to find out more about all this stuff, go to drwhoexperience.com. And like I said, it's sad. I would have loved to have visited the experience, but like I said, until teleportation supersedes air travel, my ass is planted firmly on the ground. It's just... A lot of people go, Dr. Freedom, why do you take the train? Because when the engine goes out on the train, it doesn't fall 5 miles out of the sky. Or however they go these days. But you see what I mean? Moving on. And here's a little thing from the Doctor Who Experience thing from view events at bbc.com discussing all this stuff going on if you want to take a look at it on this page. All right, Media Center, once again, a lot of all their synopsises have been out forever. Kiss my ass. Okay, I've been doing this to keep people's minds refreshed, okay? This is the one for the Dr. Falls. The Mondasians are oh God, stick your fingers here. The Mondasian Cybermen on the rise. It's time for the Doctor's final battle. The Doctor is played by Peter Capaldi, billed by Pearl Mackie, Nardole by Matt Lucas, Michelle Gomez guest stars as Missy, and John Sims stars as the Master. You want me to read that again? And apparently he might be appearing at the end of this week's episode, which will lead into the finale. Or, final 2 episodes. So keep your eye out for Sim if that is true. Moving on. Florida Supercon has just officially announced. Hang on. I don't know why this isn't at the top. John Barrowman, Peter Capaldi, and Karen Gillan will be appearing that weekend. And here's all the details you need from Fort Lauderdale, blah, blah, Florida Supercon. And that will be July 27th to the 30th at the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. So if you're in that area and you want to go see Peter Capaldi, there he is, boom, boom, along with Karen Gillan, who's also Amy Pond chick and Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy. The one who got the most jobs after the show was over. Okay, sorry, moving on. Patrick, just the Doctor's pet Troughton years. Koch Media have released the second in their collection of interviews from real-time pictures with stars from Doctor Who, this time focusing on the second Doctor in Patrick Troughton's era. And this is a DVD. Here's all the info you need to know about it, what's on it, what's in it, and there's a chance to win a copy of it right here. So if you're interested in all that, boom, boom, boom. Remember, links for every article I show you will be in the down below in the description box. Okay, Captain Jack and the Meddling Monk return to Doctor Who for Big Finish. And so if you're keeping your eye on that, here's some of the releases. Subterranea, I listened to this morning. I got to listen to it again. It's just there was a lot of shit going on at work, and I had to unplug every couple of minutes. And, so here's Shadow Planet World Apart and all that, boom, boom, boom. Companion Chronicles, First Doctor, Volume 2. Lives of Captain Jack. I've actually listened to most of it. I haven't listened to month 25 yet. So far, it's not that bad. It jumps around a bit. How to Win Planets and Influence People, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Torchwood. Now, this one, I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't all that great to me. That's just the thing. It seemed to me like they were taking a jab at online pirators mainly. So if you're interested in Big Finish stuff right here, there it is. There, go look at it. Okay, Survival. Look back at the story, that Rona Munro wrote, basically. And like I said, this is mainly, I threw this in because Rona Munro, who wrote The Eaters of Light, this weekend's episode, also wrote Survival, which was the last episode of the classic series back in '89. And I figured this way, maybe you'll get a little insight into that. We talked with Lisa Bowerman about that episode a little bit because she played, one of the cat people in it. Or, well, I think it was the cat person in it. But, it gets confusing, so many years down the line. All right. There's going to be a Doctor Who movie, sort of, with a big screen Dalek film in the works. Okay, Doctor Who is coming to the big screen in a new documentary about the Daleks. Victor Lewis Smith, the filmmaker behind the BBC documentary The Undiscovered Peter Cook, wants to turn his eye to the iconic villains and the undiscovered Daleks, which will look into their origin and cultural legacy. He also drawn exclusive archival material, interviews with the famous Dalek fans for the new movie to reveal everything you wanted to know about the Daleks, including the time they were in a porn movie. And yes, that did happen. And oh boy, did the Terry Nation state go Negan on that shit. They shut that shit down and fast. They actually had a Dalek on the frickin' cover. And yes, they were in the film, apparently. I never saw it. Okay, moving on. Just like Dr. Whore. Okay. Here's why the Doctor Who spin-off class just didn't work. Please keep in mind, this is this person's opinion. Don't go out there and go, I'm going to kick your butt. Class was the absolute perfection of a spin-off. No, it freaking wasn't. The only tie that Doctor Who had was a location, and even then, that wasn't Coal Hill School. That was Coal Hill Academy. It was completely revamped. It wasn't even the same set of sets they'd used before when they had Coal Hill School on the damn show. Because apparently they couldn't get that location due to, certain things going on, scheduling and whatnot. But the thing is, when you're only tied to the main show is a location, that tie is weak, in my opinion. See, one of the beautiful things about Sarah Jane Adventures and why it worked so brilliantly is you had Elizabeth Sladen at the helm. And that right there, her tie as Sarah Jane Smith, probably one of the most memorable companions of the classic era, if not the most memorable. A lot of the stars refer to as the Doctor Who girl. That you needed that connection. And the thing is, the BBC don't want to pay. It's that damn simple. Sorry I got on a soapbox there, but you already know my reasons about why I didn't like Class and all that. And I don't want to reiterate them again, but frankly, it sucked. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, fine, but it just was not well written. It was not the author I'd kept hearing about. All right, Sherlock and Doctor director has her heart set on a Marvel character, and that's Rachel Talalay, as Peter Capaldi pronounces Rachel Talalay. And I prefer to go with that because that's less tongue twisting, But the thing is, as they brought up here, she's done a comic book movie in the past called Tank Girl. Give it a watch. It is actually funny as freaking hell. All right, moving on. Okay, blue plaques have been revealed, the type they'd sent out from, the appreciation. Oh, sorry, I forgot. It was the Music Appreciation Society, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, celebrating your local music legend. Sorry about that. I'm brain blanked. All right, and then we go right back down to here. And everyone in Doctor Who should know who this young woman is. This is Delia Derbyshire, who, by the way, I named the ship the Delia Derbyshire after in, the audio plays we've been doing, because this lady was amazing. She was one of the great pioneers of electronic music, and she was also the one who realized and put together Ron Grainier's theme, which you hear in one form or another to this day as the theme for Doctor Who. And like I said, incredible lady. And also, if you go back and watch some of the archival material and stuff like that, she was just way ahead of her time. So once again, like I said, channel's been kind of quiet, but that's because they've gotten together and they're making a bunch of hate videos called the Spew Crew. Be honest with you, we don't watch them. Like I said, I watched like 15 minutes of the one, and that was enough for me. And all you can do with hatred, folks, is just ignore it and move on. And that's all we're going to do. I've already advised everybody on my crew, just don't watch them. They're not worth the time. Okay, so on a lighter note, things are going well. I got too much work. It sucks, but hey, oh, that's right, I have a job. I'm not supposed to discuss that. But that's the whole thing. Good night, folks. I'm done. Take care.